All right, welcome into another edition of Catching Up with Tommy Mac here on 1010XL's podcast platform at 1010XL.com. Of course, on demand on their app as well. You can catch all the archive content there. A lot of podcasts on the platform. Of course, we're on Facebook Live. Good morning, Facebook. Great to be here on a Tuesday. Of course, 1010XL's Facebook page. And we're streaming live like we always do on the Relevant app. Yeah, check us out at RELEVNT, no A at the end. Go to the Jaguars channel, Jaguars Fanatics. Go to check it out. A lot of fans interacting during the game, during the week, during the show, and other shows as well. So make sure you go to the App Store or Google Play and download the free app. Free for now, that is. This show brought to you by Relevant, of course, and my friends at Micro Lumix with their Germ Pass killing device, killing germs, baby. The Southern Grill down there on the South Bank. I'll be back one of these away games. I'm not this Thursday because we got an event I'll tell you about in just a second. But the Southern Grill, of course, a great place. Breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, entertainment, everything. Full liquor bar, best food you've had. Just incredible. Incredible. Of course, this Thursday night will be at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits for the Thursday night. It's a watch party, man. It's the Jags, the Jets. Going to get into that on this show, of course. But, yeah, if you're not doing anything Thursday night, come on out. It's for charity, a kids' charity. We're going to help raise some money. If you wear your Jag gear, you get happy hour prices all night long and 10% off cigars. So I don't smoke cigars, and I'll probably smell like one when I get home. But nonetheless, it's going to be a great time watching our Jags kick the living crap out of the Jets. And we'll get to that in just a second. Of course, the Jacksonville Jaguars take down Dallas in unbelievable fashion. A walk-off pick six in overtime. I mean, does it get any better than this? Listen, and I was talking on the Relevant app earlier because they get a little sneak peek, but I wrote, let me just, and good morning, Graham. How are you, dude?
Hello, sir. Good morning.
You have a great weekend?
Oh, Bank was
rocking. You
rocking.
have a great Sunday.
Bank was rocking. I was there. Yeah, Gator game was bad.
Who cares? Whatever.
Yeah.
I don't care about that. I'm sorry,
we're talking.
fans, but whatever.
No, I don't care either.
Yeah,
right now.
BC's on the toilet bowl. That's where they're at.
Yeah.
That's about it. But Sunday, unbelievable. But here are my notes from last week. How did Jags beat the Cowboys? On offense, quick throws, loosen them up, pound ETN, get creative with Agnew. Pretty cool. Defense, get to Dak, rattle him, control the run, punch Dallas's O-line in the mouth. Check, 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 check. Nice job. That's what they did. Dak, look, it was a tale of two halves. I mean, you look at the first half, it wasn't looking good. I mean, we hung in there a little bit, but Dallas looked like Dak had all day long to throw. They were doing this, they were doing that. They were making plays. We were trying to hang in. Only 9 first-half possessions total. Or 14 in the second half. And that's where it turned. That's where it changed. Check this out. 21-7, Cowboys, first half. Second half, Jags, 33-13. That's domination. That is holding them to 13 after giving up 21. And listen, and the defense has got some work to do. Don't get me wrong, but, man, they turned it around in that second half. And then, of course, the offense, just an explosion. Creative play calling, man. When you got, I tell you, when you, that first, you got a field goal, but you could tell from the very first possession in the second half, and then the second one, you started getting into a really good rhythm. Off balance, they didn't know what the hell you were doing. You were going this way, you were going that way. You're dumping it this way, you're throwing it downfield. They were like, whoa, like somebody smashed me in the face, and I'm seeing stars.
I saw
it was
tweet.
Fantastic.
I saw a tweet that said, if Doug starts hanging his glasses off the edge of his nose, just know he's about to cook you.
Yeah, it was good, man.
He was in his bag, man.
It was good, yeah. And the defense stepped up. I mean, it all came together. And that's when you got a team. Man. We sure got a team. It's coming. 6-8. Got more work to do, but that was really good. All right, we got to, of course, talk about the really good. ETN was really, look, the fumble was kind of a freak. Is it his fault? Yeah, it's both him and Trevor's fault. They got to make sure it's secure. He's got to make sure it's secure. He runs into the guy's ass. I mean, I don't know. It's not like someone punched it out. He ran into his own player, and the it hit the tip. So I'm not going to fault him that much. Obviously, he's got to be better. But 5.4 yards a carry. The guy's a total stud. Agnew was great. I love the way you're using Agnew. I was saying earlier, he lines up close to the line. I mean, are you not alert yet? How many times are they going to run the jet around and they don't see it coming at all? Now, granted, the timing's been absolutely perfect. The pitches, however they hand it off to him right as he's getting by, or, you think they're going to pitch this way, they pitch that way. I mean, it was.
Well, correct me if I'm
a
wrong.
little Philly out there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Don't they fake that sweep quite a bit as well? When he's on the field.
They put him in motion, yeah.
So I think that's, but to your point, I think that's
you
partly
gotta be on alert every time.
Oh, for sure,
every time.
But I think that's the brand of Doug Peterson at work as well, because we've seen in the past guys that we've sort of had that little gadget weapon dudes.
Yep.
It's when they're on the field, it's they're 100% getting the ball. But the fact that Doug is thinking, get him the ball, but also do things off of that.
I mean, a lot of coordinators do that. I mean, they do. It's like
smart ones, but we haven't had a lot of those.
No, we haven't. No, Doug, look, the play call was great, and I think that sparked our team, sparked the offense. I think that got us going. Trevor was great. He was at his best for the most part. 4 touchdowns, 1 pick. The pick, look, I think if he leads Kirk a little bit, he might have a big play there. It was just a kind of a missed deal, but the fumble, he's trying to make a play. I'm not going to fault the kid. He's trying to make a play. Hey, man, lucky he got the ball. That defense, they stepped up. After that fumble, 3 and out, punt.
Are
you kidding me? That's a defense. That's when your defense saying, all right, we got to step it up and make something happen. That was huge. That was huge, forcing them to punt after that fumble. Dallas, that third down call, I don't know what they were thinking. He threw it down the field. Did they call timeout? Or no, it just went out of bounds, right?
Yeah, so the clock stopped.
You're like, what are you doing? Why would you do that?
Because if we don't have that one last timeout,
yeah, you might not get it to the field goal.
There's almost no chance they do.
Yeah,
I think you probably would have been looking at midfield throwing a Hail Mary to try to win.
Kellen Moore, I'd be all over his ass for that. That was, unless Dak called audible, I don't know why you throw it there. I mean, throw it in the middle, or maybe just do a draw, a screen, live another down. I don't know, live another day. But
Darius Williams, Darius Williams deserves credit on that play.
Yeah,
because it was a very veteran heads-up move that once he saw that there's no way Noah Brown was going to catch the ball.
Yeah.
He backed off a little bit.
Yeah.
Because if he, another half a second maybe. I always feel like refs are dying to throw the flag. So I'm always nervous about it.
Well, on PI they are, and that kind of stuff. So
Darius Williams gave them no reason to do so, and that was a very smart vet move.
Yeah. Well, I'm just glad that they did what they did. It was overthrown, too. I don't know what they would have called anyways. Pretty high out and outside. But great job. Look, overall, a very good job. Jones had a big day. We know Kirk, Ingram. I think Balky got those guys right. They seem to be playing some really good ball. Of course, ETN had a couple catches as well. The offensive line was awesome. Just awesome. Really awesome. Look, 1 sack against that team. They were averaging 4 a game. Did your job, man. Walker Little, way to come in. I'm sorry to hear about Cam. Cam, I'm sorry to hear that you're hurt. That injuries suck. I had 2 of them, and they suck, and especially when your team's starting to really come together, man. That's a tough one, but the show must go on, and Walker Little stepped in, and I tell you, he seems more patient. Look, you got to be patient when you're an offensive tackle sometimes. You got to be patient when you're a linebacker. You should always shuffle first and then react, just to give yourself a split second. On defense, I mean, Jenkins, Pro Bowl year, man, continues. 18 tackles, 2 picks, 2 PDs, 1 for the TD. Never scored one before in his entire life. An interception for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Not even in Pop Warner.
That's crazy.
I know. I only scored 1. It was in a high school all-star game. That's it, though. I never in college, never even came close.
Have you heard?
Pretty cool.
Have you heard Prosser in the mornings this week talking about him? Because I want to know your thoughts on this. He said he thinks it's the best single-game Jaguar defensive performance ever in the history of the franchise.
I'd have to look back. I don't know. Those
18,
top 2 or 3 or 5 or something.
18 tackles, dude.
Yeah, but 8 tackles are. I don't get too impressed. I mean, you're supposed to make tackles when you're the strong safety and the Mike linebacker. I mean, a little kid's making a ton of tackles.
That's
He's
true.
doing his job. He's doing your job. The interceptions and the return and the pass. That's what I'm looking for. But I will say this about Jenkins: he laid the wood. They weren't just easy tackles; those were nice tackles. So, look, Smoot had 3 tackles for loss. He showed Josh Allen how to cover downfield too. So, Josh, take note. I don't know. It's people all complaining about that. I don't know how you play a 3-4 without one of them dropping sometimes. I mean, you can't rush them both every single time. Now, granted, I don't really want my guys that normally don't cover. But Smoot did a fine job. He was right there. Cisco came over and helped. And Josh Allen was right there. The ball was put in the perfect spot.
Really good throw.
Yeah, it was
really good throw and catch.
I'm not going to say he got burnt. He didn't get burned.
Also, Dalton Schultz is one of the best tight ends in football.
He's good. Yeah, and he can run. But he was in coverage. He was in good coverage. It wasn't like he was
it's not
coverage.
He wasn't lost or got cooked. Or it was just really good throw, really good catch by 2 good football players.
Yeah, and that's the NFL.
100%.
Right.
100%.
But, whatever. They got it done. So, very good. D controlled the run for the most part, I thought. Got after Dak. We knew that. Lamb's special, man, that guy. He's not very big either. He's fast, though, and he can really play.
The most underrated part of his game is the yards after catch.
Yeah. Yeah, he's tough to bring down.
Dude, when he catches the ball, he'll catch it, and you think he's about to get tackled. Yeah. He'll go weasel his way to get 10 more.
Did you see Jalen Ramsey last night stick the kid from BC, the Quadzilla? So great. I mean, one-on-one, like in the hole, and Jalen, stuffed him. Dillon.
A.J. Dillon, yeah.
A.J. Dillon. I mean, I was like, wow. It was just right after Aikman started, Jalen's given up a bunch of plays this year, hasn't played his kind, and then he steps up, and it's pretty cool.
He stripped the ball, too. Yesterday.
You know what? Last night I was thinking this will be my first Monday night game, or any night game for that matter, prior to this Thursday, because I won't fall asleep at the bar, that I thought I was going to stay up for the whole thing. But I didn't.
Well, I
really tried, but I couldn't make it.
In your defense, man, the primetime games have stunk.
Yeah, they have.
They've been so bad.
Listen, if they're not exciting, I do get a little sleepy.
And that's not necessarily the league's fault, I don't think. There's been a lot of teams that we all thought were going to be really, really good that just haven't. I mean, Denver has screwed the NFL primetime-wise. They've had 5 primetime games, and they're horrible.
No, they're horrible. I know. Well, they won't get them next year, hopefully.
No shot.
All right. Hey, by the way, we also got to add Riley Patterson, clutch kick, man. Clutch to tie it up. That was 48 yards. That was no easy kick.
Nailed it, too.
Nailed it. Beautiful. Beautiful.
Great
setup.
Not even sweating.
Great job by Trevor getting it to Zay Jones for the setup and
Evan Ingram
doing the rest. And Ingram, look. Ingram laid the wood on Van Der Esch, man. That was a great block.
Destroyed it.
You heard it on TV. It was like, wow.
And you always hear that Ingram's not a great blocker, and that's a weakness of it.
Time.
Not there, man.
I think that's what that knocked him out, I think.
Yeah, he didn't
I don't
play
think
the
he
rest
ever
of the game.
came back.
And that was the 5th play of the game.
I don't want anybody getting hurt, but that was a good hit. That was a really, really good hit. All right, the bad, if you want to call it. I'm not going to say bad, but look, we're starting to play some really good football now. But third down on defense, we just got to get better and better and better. If there's one thing the defense could help this team keep going, because I think the offense is on a run now. They're really confident and should be. And the defense should be confident too, don't get me wrong. But if you can get just a little bit better on third down, this team's going to have a chance. You're tough against the run. Look, Dallas, first NFC East team that didn't push you around. Didn't. So I'm very, very happy about that. I think that was a good thing. But your third down is going to be better. Now, second half was better than first half. We need a complete game. Now it's playoff time. We're in the playoffs. Screw, it's regular. It's not regular season anymore. It's playoff time. You're going to have to play 7 playoff games to get to the Super Bowl. But you can do it one game at a time. And then, look, Trevor was great. He's going to continue to get better. And that would be nitpicking. I mean, look, some of the throws could be a little bit better ball placement. I think Kirk had to wait on one down the left sideline as they were just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The one he underthrew, I think he got picked. He could have had Kirk just throw it over the top a little bit. Had him down the seam. I'm nitpicking.
He might have been looking in the sun on that play.
Yeah, could have.
Where the sun was, and it was hard to see.
Yeah. Well, he saw Zay Jones wide open for 60 yards.
Right.
But that was great play, man.
Zay Jones took Kelvin Joseph's soul on that double move.
I don't know. I love Zay Jones, man, but what was the game where he had 4 or 5 drops? Like, how do you go from
the Lions game?
I mean, and he's catching it, Sunday like it's nothing. Like,
Well, I don't think he was totally healthy in the Lions game.
Yeah, well,
he pushed it to play, and he was.
I don't like excuses, Graham.
I agree.
I don't like him.
I agree, but I'm saying
it doesn't matter because he played great Sunday.
If you're hurt enough to where when you're in the game, you're more worried about your injury than playing the game, you shouldn't be playing.
Yeah.
I don't think he should have played that Lions game.
This is a great thing about the Jags, or any team in this situation. All right? You're starting to win. You're starting to feel confident. You're starting to feel really good. While you're doing that, you're able to take critique a lot easier and a lot better because you see it, right? I see what it takes to win. How can I be even better? So for the next opponent, right? How can I be even better to make sure that this team wins? It's a great feeling. You're doing the extra work. You're putting the extra time. You're studying those tendencies that are so important when you're studying the opponent. And now you got the Jets on Thursday night, national TV. You're on the rise. They've lost 3 in a row. Man, the way they lost sucked.
And Zach Wilson's going to be playing instead of Mike White.
Yeah. He was okay last week, but
Mike White's
if I'm
good.
Mike Caldwell, I'm crushing him.
100%.
Coming after him, full bore. You better be ready. You better duck, Zach. That's his name, right? Zach Wilson. Pretty boy. Somebody smash his nose. That kid's probably never had a broken nose. Break his nose, would you? That's terrible to say.
And
I don't want to get hurt, seriously, but a broken nose ain't that big of a deal.
Similar to Dak, too. He'll give you the ball.
Oh, no doubt.
He'll give you the football.
Listen, you can rattle that kid. You can confuse that kid. You can do a lot of things to that kid. Don't let him get going on the run game, which I don't think you will. Their O-line's okay. They're okay. That Zonovan Knight's a pretty decent back. Michael Carter's got some speed, too. Their defense is wicked good. And Quinnen Williams is supposed to be back. He's a problem child. No doubt. 11 sacks from the interior.
Are they as good as the defense you just played?
Pretty close. Yeah. Maybe not as much as on the sack totals because Dallas is way up there. But on third down, they're very close. Against the run, they're a little bit better than the Cowboys were. So, yeah, I think they're pretty close. I think it's pretty close. Look, I think the Jets are really good. They only give up 19 points a game. That's pretty good. Now, we're only giving up 23, so that's pretty. Too bad we went on that skid, but it's okay. Whatever. Forget about it.
To only give up 19 when they're in that division is really impressive.
Great point. How about the way the Pats lost? Are you kidding me? How dumb.
I know.
Imagine the ass.
That was bad.
The ass. I would have been,
but
livid.
They're
what
in a division.
Are you doing? Not one guy, 2 guys. The first guy should have done it. Then the second guy's like, I'll just throw it back 20 yards. What?
Mac Jones got Heisman posed, too. He got stiff-armed into the dirt.
I mean,
it's like, damn. That's not his fault, but I was like, oh, my God.
Right. That's like tackling a giant. I don't know, man. But it's a great time of the year, of course. Graham tells me he's going to be out Friday.
Yes, sir.
I'll be on Relevant on Thursday and Friday. You can check me there. Look, the Jets are – this is what's great about the game. They're both fighting for their playoff lives. Jets are 7-7, man. I mean, they lost their last 3.
Is this the best Thursday Night Football game of the year?
Oh, it better. Let's hope it is.
Well, obviously we don't.
Buffalo and somebody play that was pretty good earlier in the year on Thursday. I don't know, but lately, yes, it should be.
Just in terms of like because we have no idea how the game's going to turn out, but just in terms of heading into it, people seeing
one of the
matchup,
hottest teams in the league.
and people seeing the matchup and being like, oh, that's a good game.
Yeah.
I feel like for the last 2 months, you see the Thursday night matchup and you're like,
But here's the deal. So the Jets are doing something they haven't done in a while, and they're relevant again. To a certain, you know what I mean? They've been awful.
Same with the Jags.
Same with the Jags.
Yeah, 100%.
And now the Jags are going this way. The Jets, they're kind of going this way. Last 3 weeks, anyway.
I feel a lot.
Tight games. They didn't get blown out, but listen,
I feel a lot better about.
They need a win. We need a win.
100%.
That's what makes it so awesome. It's going to be a heavyweight fight, man. You gotta stay creative on the offense. Keep bringing Agnew, ETN. That's speed. And you know what? Our linemen can pull, man. How about Scherf taking out 3 dudes on that sweep or whatever?
He's so good, man. He's
been playing good. Fortner. I thought Little looked comfortable. I'm glad Jawan Taylor came back. I was worried. You got if you miss 2 of your starters, that's tough. But Walker Little came in and handled it pretty well.
You would know this better than me, but if you never hear anything about the center, that typically means he's playing well, right?
Any old lineman.
Okay.
They don't get penalized or don't give up a sack.
Okay.
Or get beat and pressured and that kind of stuff.
It's been quiet from our O-line lately, and that's good.
Big time.
I think is that kind of the opposite of like the D-line? Like if you're not hearing somebody's name, it's that means they're getting pushed
We've been
around.
hearing their names lately. Remember, we called them out after Detroit.
Yes.
Like, where's this guy? All of them. We called them all out. And now they're all stepping up and making
Josh
plays.
Allen, good game yesterday.
Yeah, Sunday. Yeah, he did.
Sunday. I've been killing him all year.
Yeah.
He played well. He deserves credit for Sunday.
Look, again, I think first half, you gave Dak way too much time. He did. He was picking you apart. He had a great first half, that guy. He was on fire. And then the second half, it changed. And what happened? He gives you the ball.
Oh, yeah.
He tries to force throws. I get it. You want him. That's probably one of the toughest things for a quarterback. And I don't care if you're young, old, or not. You believe in your arm so much that I can make it. I can make, you know what I mean? I'm just going to, and then you realize, and then, look, it gets tipped. Things happen. You try to live another down.
Trevor had some of that earlier in the season.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, totally.
That Broncos interception, that's 100% what that was.
Yeah.
But
he's been good
there was one thing.
6 weeks, man.
One thing that concerned me in the first half that they did a better job of in the second that I really think they need to address is particularly Zeke, because Zeke is a tougher, bigger back than Pollard is.
Yeah.
There'd be a lot of times where he'd be bottled up at 2 yards.
Yeah.
And he'd push the pile for 3 or 4 more. And I think that's part of the reason third down struggled, because there were a lot of 3rd and 3s that should have been 3rd and 7s.
Yeah.
So
they average under 4 yards a carry. They had a couple breakouts. They did, but for the most part, I think they bottled both of them up.
It was more earlier in the game. They did better
I'm telling
later.
You,
but
first half was different than the second.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That second half, you play like that. Whew. Look out. Look out. And they're all coming on board, aren't they? All the national people. That's funny. I know. Look, you know what? The Dallas people are going to be like, well, we gave it to them. Whatever. I don't give a crap what you think. Let's look at the scoreboard. 40-34, baby. And Dallas, you're not America's team anymore, so stop that nonsense, right? I don't even know who is these days. It's not New England either. It's up for grabs. So who can grab the title of America's team? We shall see. All right, we'll be back later in the week, or at least I will, here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Listen, we've got a great week. Hanukkah started. Happy Hanukkah to all my Jewish friends out there. Hope you're having a great time celebrating. Of course, Christmas is Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. I got my plans with my kids and my wife. We're going to have a great night on Christmas Eve night, then get together with people on Christmas Day. It'll be awesome. And in the meantime, we got Thursday night football, baby. Thursday night with meaningful. Oh, my gosh. I mean, doesn't that just make you feel so good? It's meaningful football for our Jacksonville Jaguars in December. I mean, goodness gracious, wake me up. It's been 2017 too long, man. Bless you. But come on out this Thursday, a couple nights from today. Goodfellas, Cigar Lounge and Spirits, right there on St. John's Bluff Road, 3535 South St. John's Bluff Road. Wear your Jaguar apparel. Wear a hat. Bring a towel. Wear a wristband. It doesn't matter. You show that, you're drinking happy hour prices all night long at Goodfellas.
Paint your face teal.
What's that?
Paint your face teal.
You could do that. Cool. Paint your whole body teal for all you want. I'll tell you what I've been doing. I've bbeen wearing something teal, and I'm 2-0 in them. Just saying, I'm going to keep wearing them on game day. I sure am. All right, that's going to do it for me this time around. We'll see you Thursday night at Goodfellas Cigar Lounge and Spirits. Till next time, stay safe and be cool out there. We'll see you right here on Catching Up with Tommy Mack. Peace.